Heel. Sit. You know, this is part 2 of our precise marking drill. You know, the regular wide drill, which everybody's familiar with by now, a field champion might have trouble with just the basic wide drill because most field dogs are marking by a concept. In other words, they see a set of gunners, there's a throw, they understand how the whole thing works, but they're not really marking where the fall is. They're marking the concept. They understand the concept, so they run out there and they hunt. Sometimes they pin it because they bump into it. Sometimes they hunt, sometimes they have a big hunt. Sometimes the bird doesn't go where it's supposed to go and they end up hunting in the wrong place because it should have gone somewhere else. So there's a programming that takes place in a lot of field dogs, but generally it doesn't involve really marking where the bird falls, which is what I like to teach, especially with young dogs. So in the last segment we did, we threw a variety of marks on the same side of the gun. Whereas in normally a wide drill, you'd have an angle in, an angle back, and a flat throw. This was all maybe 6, 7 different marks on the same side of the gun. I want the dog to watch where that fall is and keep the focus. So this is really about focusing and continuing to focus on that spot. So we're throwing today all on the same line. We're going to have a flat throw go out from our thrower, and it's going to be a longer throw, and each one's going to be a little shorter. So the dog can't just run out there to where they think it is, because they'll get into the old fall. If they get into the old fall, then they've made a mistake because they haven't focused. So this is, as I said before, this is a very advanced marking drill. It's not for beginning dogs. If you try to do this with young dogs, you're going to get in trouble with it. So if you have a young dog under a couple years old, or unless he's a fantastic marking dog, don't be doing this. This is for dogs that are advanced markers, and you want to tune them up to where they're really watching and focusing on a spot. So here we go. Heel, sit. Sit. Back. Okay, now this next throw, very good, is going to be a little shorter than that. Sit. Here. Sit. Sit. This throw will be a little shorter. Make sure it's in the tall grass, not on the pathway. Sit. 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 Back. Very good. Heel. Sit. Again, I'm using white bumpers for this because the orange doesn't show up very well on a camera, and it's hard to really show where the throws go. But typically I'd be using either birds or orange bumpers. Sit. Back. All right, pretty good. Now split the difference between you and where that last one was. Sit. sit. Back. Now split the difference again. It'd be a real short throw. Heel. Sit. We're throwing in cover that's just high enough to hide the bird, so we're not just running out and seeing it 20 yards away and pouncing on it. Sit. This has got to be a marking drill where they mark a spot, not where they see something on the way out with their eyes and just run over and pick it up. Sit. Sit. Back. Good. Now throw about 6 feet. Heel. Good man. Sit. 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 Real short. Come up. Come up. Come up. Sit. Sit. Back. Now this one where you almost just drop it by your feet, make it about that far of a throw. Now watch it. Sit. Back. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to, just to finish up, I'm going to do the longest throw and the shortest throw, just so he starts to really say, that one's there, and this one's here. It's not just, oh, there's a gunner out there, I'm just going to run out there and find it. Sit. 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 Back. Okay. Sit. 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 Back. Good. Okay, man. Very good. Sit. Fetch. Heel. Heel. Sit. So that's the second phase of the advanced marking process, teaching a dog to focus on a spot. Now I'm going to have part 3 of this. Part 3 is going to be teaching a dog to focus as a memory mark. In other words, we're going to throw a mark, have another mark as a diversion, and then come back and remember the spot, even though there's been multiple spots. Now this really applies to when you get serious about marking in a test situation. Good.